ever since I was a little boy, I've always been highly emotional, emo, whatever. My parents always knew I was their emotional child. I used to feel like that was a bad thing. And for a while in school growing up, it was a bad thing because I took things to heart so deep that I lost sense of how valuable I was, and that stayed with me for a very long time, leading me to settle in unhealthy relationships, friendships I shouldn't have had. I lost friends. I couldn't communicate with anybody, really, not even my family. I felt like nobody could understand me. So I'm opening up myself to everybody, mainly because I want to help people. I know I have the ability. If I could change a heart, help somebody save a dream of theirs so they don't lose it, and best of all, save a life. We all know that addiction, depression, young suicides, they're at an all-time high right now. And I think if I put my voice out there, I can help a lot of people avoid certain areas of their life that they don't need to experience. For a long time, I used to say, oh, I wish I could go back and change this, go back and change that, go back, say this, say that. I'm to the point now where I'm comfortable everything's happened in my life, and it's because I was supposed to be here as a voice to be heard by these people that need to hear me. That's the most important thing to me, is letting this out. For the last few years of my life, I've gradually been becoming happy with my life, loving myself more. I cut ties with a lot of people in my life about 4 years ago because I knew I needed to make a change. I wasn't able to help a lot of people. I tried to because I had my own deep-rooted sadness in me. So I had to cut ties, and the way I did that is by picking up a hobby that I've wanted to do since I was in elementary school, and that was metal detecting. My dad brought home some little old ghetto metal detector from his work, and I remember I was fascinated. This was about 5th grade, and he brought it back to work a few days later. I think it's because he knew I was digging holes in the yard. But a few years ago, so almost 4 years ago, I bought my first metal detector, and I found myself wandering out in the woods. At first, I was going to schoolyards, and I found peace. I realized for all the years I was out of high school, even in high school, I forgot how much I love nature. This nature makes me feel so alive. And I started doing research in old colonial areas, trying to locate old homesteads. And along the way in my travels, I ended up meeting somebody that is a great person. And he ended up telling me about somebody he lost close to him. And I could see the pain in his eyes when he just briefly mentioned something. And that was another sign that I knew I needed to speak, because there's too many people that want to talk, but they don't do it for one reason or another. And my reason for not talking was the fear of being judged, talking about my life. But I don't mind being judged, because I know there's so many people that need to hear what I say. And a lot of people wish they could have opened up, but it's unfortunate. A lot of people, they end up passing away at early ages. There's too many deaths from overdoses and suicides, and we can make this stop. I started writing about my life, trying to figure out what went wrong. I had the best family growing up. I still do. Nothing has ever went wrong for me personally at home. All of my struggles in my life ended up coming from my social environments, being at schools at an early age. Even in elementary school, I had some friends I was able to get close with, and for one reason or another, either if they moved away or I just couldn't see them anymore, I felt the sadness in me. I felt like everybody, I couldn't keep anybody in my life, and I'm sure some kids feel the same way. That feeling for me, it only got worse over all the years, and then the bullying on top of it. I didn't know what I was supposed to do with my life, and that feeling of not knowing your purpose, why you're here. I understand if you feel that. I've had it for a long time. I felt it even up to 2014. I was out of high school for 7 years. couldn't stand college. My social anxiety was unbelievable.